Picture this. It's a Friday night in the 1990s, the week is done, and the anticipation for the weekend is building. You gather with your family or friends eager to decide on a movie to watch. This wasn't just a Friday night ritual, it was a pilgrimage to Blockbuster Video. The iconic blue and gold sign beckoned like a beacon in the night. Blockbuster wasn't just a store, it was an experience. Little did we know, however, that this empire built on VHS tapes and late fees had a fatal flaw hidden in its foundation: arrogance. Blockbuster's rise to prominence was meteoric. From a single store in Dallas, Texas in 1985, it rapidly expanded, blanketing the United States and eventually the world in a sea of blue and gold. By the mid-1990s, Blockbuster boasted 9,000 stores worldwide, becoming synonymous with movie rentals. Its vast inventory and convenient locations made it the king of home entertainment. However, beneath the surface of this thriving enterprise, seeds of destruction were already being sown. Blockbuster's dominance had bred a dangerous sense of complacency, a belief that its position was unassailable. The company's leadership, blinded by its own success, failed to recognize the winds of change that were beginning to blow through the industry. This arrogance manifested itself in various ways. Blockbuster became notorious for its stringent late fees, a policy that generated significant revenue but also bred resentment among its customer base. The company's focus on maximizing profits, often at the expense of customer satisfaction, created an environment where short-term gains were prioritized over long-term loyalty. Moreover, Blockbuster seemed oblivious to the nascent but rapidly evolving digital landscape. The dawn of the internet and the rise of online platforms were fundamentally reshaping how people consumed entertainment. Yet, Blockbuster, clinging to its brick-and-mortar empire, remained stubbornly resistant to change. This resistance, fueled by arrogance and a refusal to acknowledge the shifting tides, would ultimately prove fatal. The 1980s revolutionized home entertainment with the VCR. Bringing cinema magic into living rooms, the VCR offered instant gratification. Blockbuster Video, founded by David Cook in 1985, led this new landscape. Offering a vast selection of movies, Blockbuster became an instant success. Its innovative inventory management ensured multiple copies of new releases. This strategy proved to be a game-changer. Blockbuster's commitment to providing customers with instant access to the latest movies, coupled with its family-friendly atmosphere and convenient locations, rapidly propelled the company to the forefront of the video rental industry. By the late 1980s, Blockbuster had become a household name, synonymous with weekend movie nights and family entertainment. The company's growth was nothing short of phenomenal. Blockbuster embarked on an aggressive expansion strategy, opening new stores at a breakneck pace. From its humble beginnings in Dallas, Blockbuster quickly spread its reach across the United States, blanketing cities and suburbs alike in a sea of blue and gold. Blockbuster's expansion wasn't limited to domestic borders. Recognizing the universal appeal of movies and the global reach of the home entertainment market, Blockbuster set its sights on international markets. Throughout the 1990s, Blockbuster stores began popping up in countries around the world, bringing the joy of movie rentals to new audiences. By the mid-1990s, Blockbuster was a titan of the entertainment industry. With thousands of stores worldwide and billions in revenue, Blockbuster's dominance seemed absolute. Wall Street analysts lauded its business model, and investors reaped rewards. The Blockbuster experience was a cherished ritual for millions, but beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to appear. The year 2000 marked a pivotal turning point for Blockbuster, foreshadowing its eventual demise. Netflix, a struggling DVD by mail service, offered to sell itself to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, laughed off the proposal, failing to see the internet's potential. They believed physical stores would always win. This dismissal of Netflix, born out of a deep-seated arrogance and an unwillingness to acknowledge the possibility of disruption, would prove to be a colossal miscalculation. Blockbuster's leadership, intoxicated by its own success, had become complacent, failing to recognize the winds of change that were beginning to reshape the entertainment landscape. The company's arrogance extended beyond its dismissive attitude towards Netflix. Blockbuster had developed a reputation for its stringent late-fee policy, a practice that generated significant revenue, but also alienated its customer base. Customers resented the hefty fines imposed for returning movies past their due date, viewing it as a predatory practice designed to extract as much money as possible from them. Blockbuster's focus on maximizing short-term profits, often at the expense of customer satisfaction, created a breeding ground for resentment and eroded the goodwill it had built up over the years. While Netflix, with its no-late-fee policy and customer-centric approach, was busy cultivating loyalty among its growing subscriber base, Blockbuster remained stubbornly wedded to its outdated practices, seemingly oblivious to the growing dissatisfaction among its own customers. As the 21st century progressed, the internet rapidly infiltrated every aspect of modern life, transforming the way people communicated, consumed information, and crucially for Blockbuster, enjoyed entertainment. Internet speeds increased exponentially, making it possible to stream movies and TV shows directly to computers and later to televisions. This technological shift had profound implications for the entertainment industry, empowering consumers with unprecedented choice and control over their viewing habits. Netflix, recognizing the seismic nature of this digital revolution, pivoted decisively towards streaming. The company invested heavily in building a robust streaming platform, securing licensing deals with studios, and developing its own original content. Netflix understood that the future of entertainment lay in providing consumers with instant on-demand access to a vast library of content, accessible from the comfort of their own homes. Blockbuster, meanwhile, remained stubbornly anchored to its brick-and-mortar model. The company's leadership, blinded by its past success and resistant to change, failed to grasp the significance of the digital revolution that was unfolding before their very eyes. They viewed streaming as a fad, a niche market that would never truly threaten the dominance of physical video rentals. Blockbuster's refusal to adapt stemmed from arrogance, believing its dominance was unassailable. Leadership was lulled into a false sense of security. They missed opportunities to embrace digital change. Instead, they clung to past glory, hoping to ride out the storm. This refusal to adapt proved fatal. Blockbuster's late fee policy generated short-term revenue but sowed customer resentment. Late fees often exceeded rental costs, symbolizing corporate greed. Customers bristled at the punitive fees, feeling nickel and dimed. Digital platforms like Netflix with no late fees made Blockbuster seem out of touch. This costly miscalculation alienated customers and damaged Blockbuster's reputation. While Blockbuster remained fixated on its brick-and-mortar empire, the digital revolution was rapidly transforming the entertainment landscape. Netflix recognized this shift and pivoted towards streaming, investing heavily in a robust platform and original content. Blockbuster, however, clung to its physical stores, failing to grasp the digital revolution. This miscalculation proved fatal. As the digital tide rose, Blockbuster finally acknowledged the need for change. In 2004, years after dismissing Netflix's offer, Blockbuster launched its own online DVD rental service. However, Blockbuster's foray into the digital realm was hampered by a fundamental misunderstanding of the streaming market. The company's online rental service paled in comparison to Netflix's sleek platform. Blockbuster's website was clunky, its movie selection limited, and its delivery times sluggish. Moreover, Blockbuster seemed unwilling to fully embrace the digital future. The company continued to invest heavily in its brick-and-mortar stores. This half-hearted attempt only served to further erode Blockbuster's market share. Blockbuster's downfall was marked by its obliviousness to changing customer desires. The leadership, blinded by past success, failed to recognize growing customer dissatisfaction. Blockbuster had become synonymous with inconvenience, its late fees a source of frustration. Netflix, in contrast, had become the darling of the entertainment world. Netflix's customer-centric approach, no late fee policy, and vast content library captured millions. Blockbuster remained trapped in a bygone era, clinging to past success. This arrogance ultimately proved to be its undoing. Blockbuster's story serves as a cautionary tale. Even the mightiest empires can crumble if they fail to adapt and listen to their customers. By the late 2000s, Blockbuster's empire was crumbling. The company's financial performance deteriorated, its stock price plummeting. The cracks in Blockbuster's facade were now impossible to ignore. The company's stores were becoming increasingly deserted. Customers, fed up with late fees and dwindling selections, were abandoning Blockbuster. The aisles that were once packed now stood eerily empty. The iconic blue and gold signage now symbolized a bygone era. The sight of a Blockbuster store evoked a sense of nostalgia. Blockbuster's financial woes deepened with each passing quarter. Revenue streams dried up as customers flocked to Netflix. Blockbuster's attempts to stem the bleeding proved too little, too late. The company's debt load ballooned, its credit rating downgraded to junk status. Blockbuster's leadership appeared rudderless, grasping at straws. The media chronicled Blockbuster's demise in excruciating detail. Newspapers highlighted its arrogance and corporate hubris. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. The once mighty giant was reduced to a collection of assets to be liquidated. The news sent shockwaves through the business world. Blockbuster's downfall became a case study in business schools. The remaining assets were auctioned off to various buyers. Dish Network acquired Blockbuster's assets, hoping to leverage the brand. Today, Blockbuster exists primarily as a memory. Most stores have long since closed, their spaces repurposed. The few remaining stores stand as relics of the past. The last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, has become a pilgrimage site. Visitors flock to the store, reminiscing about the past. The store's survival is a testament to the enduring appeal of nostalgia. It serves as a reminder of the cyclical nature of business and the importance of adaptation. Blockbuster's collapse serves as a cautionary tale. The company's refusal to acknowledge Netflix's threat proved its undoing. Blockbuster's story is a classic example of how pride can blind companies. The company's arrogance stemmed from its past successes. Blockbuster's leadership failed to recognize the changing rules of the game. They were blinded by their own success. This blindness to change is common in tales of corporate decline. Companies can become intoxicated by their own success. They begin to believe that past performance guarantees future success. The key takeaway from Blockbuster's demise is the importance of adaptability. The business landscape is dynamic, ever-shifting. Companies that cling to outdated models do so at their own peril. Blockbuster's failure stemmed from a misunderstanding of the digital revolution. The leadership viewed the internet as a threat. They failed to grasp its transformative potential. Embracing change requires challenging long-held assumptions. It demands a culture of innovation. Companies that embrace change as an opportunity will thrive. The most profound lesson from Blockbuster's empire is the importance of humility. Arrogance can be a fatal flaw, blinding companies to their vulnerabilities. Humility is the bedrock of adaptability. It is about recognizing that no company is invincible. The market is constantly evolving. Humility is about listening to customers and adapting to their needs. It is about fostering a culture of learning. Humble companies seek to improve and learn from mistakes. They are not afraid to admit when they are wrong. In business, humility is the hallmark of true strength. As Blockbuster floundered, Netflix seized the opportunity. Netflix transitioned from a DVD by mail service to a streaming behemoth. Netflix's success was a result of innovation and customer centricity. The company recognized the internet's transformative potential. Netflix invested in building a robust streaming platform. The company developed its own original content. Netflix's algorithms curated a personalized experience for each subscriber. This data-driven approach propelled Netflix to the forefront of the streaming revolution. Netflix's ascent highlights the importance of humility and adaptability. While Blockbuster resisted change, Netflix embraced innovation. Netflix's culture of humility was evident in its willingness to learn from mistakes. The company was not afraid to experiment and pivot quickly. This iterative approach allowed Netflix to stay ahead of the curve. Netflix's success was a triumph of a culture that valued innovation and humility. The company's leaders understood the importance of evolving with the market. Blockbuster's rise and fall is a timeless tale. It offers valuable lessons for navigating a rapidly changing world. The ghosts of Blockbuster's past serve as a stark reminder. The digital revolution left Blockbuster in its wake. Today, countless industries grapple with similar disruptions. The lessons from Blockbuster's demise are more relevant than ever. Success is a continuous process of adaptation and innovation. Companies that thrive embrace the future with humility and curiosity. The true measure of success lies in navigating change with grace and resilience.